Good day, fellas. I hope you're ready for your daily dose of skill, and today we are going to play with a Shrek because I noticed that Shrek is on sale in the store, right? And it happened to be that we haven't played with this vehicle for quite some time, right? The tank, in my opinion, is very, very, very nice, although it's not easy to play for a beginner. If you want to see an awesome sessions from the Twitch, right? You can always check it out, Twitch highlights over there. I'm pretty sure I have hours of footage playing with a Shrek and playing extremely, extremely well with it. So maybe this is what you are interested in. And remember, fellas, we have a 3D models. And the 3D models about the Mr. Shrek says it is made out of paper. And fellas, I do not know how many of you explored the new features, such as obviously you can go completely nuts or completely nerd mode to check out the things over there, right? Or just to have probably something what you are used to, or to have only penetration values and whatnot. But most important thing what I want to highlight, there is a selector for camos, and you can see how one or another tank looks like with a 3D camo. Feel free to explore the index page. There is many good things coming. And I hope, fellas, you are going to enjoy it as much as I do. Meanwhile, we have Redshire Assault. Okay. What we can do over there? Redshire Assault. This is not ideal thing for us by any shape or any form, but we will try to have a great gaming experience from here while building the bush for ourselves. Now, overall, what is the Shrek as a tank? Shrek has extremely good DPM with 250 alpha damage, which is nice, to be fair with you, considering that you are shooting once each 4 seconds. This is very, very good. And pretty much you are able to do plenty of the bad things whenever you are catching enemy off guard or whenever you are catching enemy making a mistake. And there is plenty of the mistakes to be made in the game. Also, on top of that, if it is not enough, you can get for yourself epic high explosive ammunition, right? Pay attention at this. 420 alpha damage, 100 millimeters of penetration. This is one of the bigger sale points for this tank, fellas. It is absolutely insanity whenever you can slap enemies 400 in 4 seconds. This is literally insanity, okay? This is straight up crazy. And use this opportunity, because this tank, this is definitely one of the selling points of this vehicle. Now, what is not so good, because not everything is ideal about this tank. Obviously, the tank is made out of paper. I believe that's fair and square. In the same time, the gun can troll once in a while, especially whenever you are shooting from the distance, right? It's just how it goes, and the gun depression can be a big pain in the butt as well. So it's not like everything is super ideal about this tank and all you can see is epic things and epic features. That's not the case, fellas. I can guarantee you that that is not the case. But in certain situations, whenever you craft a very, very nice position, and whenever you are where your team needs you to be, you are one of the most dangerous tanks in the game. Would you please pay attention to what is happening over there? My mission is to slap the living crap out of this Mr. Super Conqueror, okay? This guy is thinking, holy bananas, how many tanks are sitting over there in the bush? And that's me, Shrek, in my swamp, sitting and just waiting until someone will mess this up. That's all there is to say. This is probably the best highlight of this vehicle, you know? Super Conqueror understood that he made a humongous mistake. He knows that, he's very, very well aware of that, and he won't do that again. And he is not planning to do that again, I can promise you that. Now, for enemies, it is very, very sad that they are losing this game, okay? Because they have a winning spawn and they should be able to slap the living crap out of literally everyone playing here. But unfortunately for them, their team is not the finest, right? There is nothing to say about this. There is absolutely nothing to say about this apart their team is just a bit of a stinker, right? There is nothing what they can change, and they need to accept their responsibility in this type of situation. It's just how it is, and it's just how it goes. Meanwhile, we can see that Donkevica made a mistake, and all we are doing in this situation, we are trying to punish him for his stupidity and for his mistakes here, right? Even though the score of this game is far away from being ideal, where the damage goes, where the other stuff goes, this indicates this time gameplay pretty well, and we used a bit of the high explosives. We used we made the Super Conqueror, which is 2 tiers higher, heavy, and one of the best heavy tanks out there, to kaku his pants and to question his life choices. This tank is that powerful, fellas. This tank is that powerful. Meanwhile, what I would love to do over there is to say hello for this gentleman sitting around this area, and to slap the living crap out of him. Because he is not going to enjoy this, I can promise you that. Even though he is relatively close in this situation, I do not really think that makes too big of the difference for us. Because we are sitting a hole down right there, and we are just making sure that enemies would regret their life choices, right? This is our mission, this is our goal, this is our dream. Phenomenal. This is absolutely glorious. But once again, biggest highlight of all of this is that you kind of need to know what you are doing, right? It's not going to be so simple to play with this tank if, let's say, you are relatively new in the game, you do not know positions, you do not know when to peek or from where to snipe or when to make pressure. This tank has a difficulty in it, right? And the camo of the tank isn't the best in the world of tanks, so please keep this in mind. Other than that, beautiful game. 2.9 thousand damage, I'm feeling fine. We are second by experience, we are second by the damage, and we got ourselves 151,000 profits. I'm super happy about this, great. Okay, this is going to be maybe even harder, even though matchmaking looks better. Westfield and counter battle. Let's see how we can play this game. There is no light tanks whatsoever, so I believe the main fight should be happening in the heavy lane. And I need to figure out how we can do the things and how we can get involved into this type of situation. Enemies has plenty of the forces that can play hold down, for example, double curve run, Type 57 and whatnot. They have plenty of the guys who can be extremely annoying for us, right? And that is okay, we are fine, we are going to be all right. All we need to do in this certain situation, we need to try to find a good and decent angle from where we can say hello for the enemy team making some sort of bad decision. For example, you can clearly tell that I am not playing too aggressively myself, right? I am not going into the first lane because I don't really think it is the good choice and it is worth it. I just do not think it is the case. So instead of making some kind of hardcore pressure, whenever I can regret my life choices, I am playing relatively safe, and I am just waiting until enemies are going to mess the things up, because they will. It is matter of the time. For example, this beautiful Vaza 120 is going to mess up, the Gusor is going to mess up, and in fact, I think our team has upper side, very, very good upper side. That being said, we can try to go a bit more aggressive over there. Did you saw my turret going in front and back? That means I had a lag, which is unfortunate, but there is nothing what we can change about this, and we are okay. Meanwhile, this is the angle which I want to have. You see this curve on? I do. This is exactly what we want to see in this type of situation. We want to see enemies making silly goose mistakes and just messing the things up. That's all we need for a full happiness. And as you can see, it's not going to be very, very easy for enemies to do absolutely anything in this situation. They're moving more and more and more back. This is what we want to see. And I am trying to move up and up and up for obvious reasons. I want to find a decent angles from where I can simply punish enemy curve like there is no tomorrow. You know, this is what I'm trying to do. Maybe I can be tiny touch more brave and do not retreat after each shot, but I'm not feeling that comfortable to play to this level, you know? Or to be greedy to this level, if I can say so. So instead of... So let's say instead of just simply farming non-stop, I am making sure that my attention is in the right place, and if needed so, I can simply escape, right? This is what I am focusing on in this situation. Very, very nice. I'm still not getting spotted, which is absolutely glorious. This is exactly what I want to see. Obviously, I do not want to get spotted. Good, we slapped the tiger. That's very, very good. I think in this situation, we can start making a bit of pressure like this. I could be spotted. That is okay. There is nothing to complain about and there is nothing to cry about. And let's try to get even more involved in this certain situation, right? I understand that enemies has some sniper schnitzels in the back. Trust me, I get it. I am 100% aware of that. But at the same time, I do not feel that that horrible or that bad. Plus, on top of that, we have awesome high explosive ammunition. And we are going to use this high explosive ammunition to slap someone from out of this game. For example, this Mr. Tiger P is dead. Now, what I would love to see, I would love to see this gentleman over there. And that means we can farm. Absolutely glorious tank, fellas. Very, very, very strong vehicle. Extremely strong vehicle, truly. This tank is capable of doing so much bad stuff for the enemy team in short amount of the time, it's crazy. Although, do not be tricked that it is going to be very easy to play with this vehicle, because it's not the case, right? Even though it may look easy that we are playing relatively aggressively and we are making quite a bit of pressure and we are hitting pretty much most of our shots, it's not as simple as I would love to say it is. Trust me. It is not as simple as I would love to say it is. Meanwhile, high explosive ammunition. I am trying to find a decent enough angle for this Sioux, and in the same time, this CS, who is sitting near the red line, he is potential meatball for us as well. This is what we want to see. Beautiful, very, very nice shot. And now all we need to do, we need to pay attention over there. In fact, I have a feeling that I can reach him myself, so I am just simply going in. One more thing, this tank isn't slow, okay? The tank itself is quite agile, quite mobile. You can set up, let's say, experimental turbo on the tank, so stabilization would be a tiny touch better and whatnot. It would just simply feel significantly better, if you know what I mean. It would definitely feel significantly better in this way, and it would become even faster tank, right? Okay, so what is our plan? Our plan is just to push in front as much as we physically and possibly can. And we are going to find this gentleman here, somewhere near the red line for sure. Somewhere near the red line. Oh my bananas, you sneaky mother trucker. Oh wow, he's in the open field. Okay, I did not expect that and I haven't seen that one coming. But oh well, what can you do? That's okay, not a bad game. Okay, 3.8 thousand damage, 3 kills. We are second by experience, we are second by the damage. Look at this Gonzalo, beautiful performance playing hold down. Kudos to this gentleman, he did a very, very, very good job. 5.6 thousand, you won't do that every game. Plus, on top of that, we made 78,000 profits as well. That is fine. Let's go for round number 3. Okay, round number 3, Abbey standard battle. This is going to be a rough one, and this is going to be a hard one. But I think this game has quite a potential, especially if we would take the position over there. Especially if we would take position over there, that would be completely fine, and that would be alright. So, what do we want to do? and how we can approach this situation. First things first, I want to take the side angle over there for obvious reasons, right? Also, I want to destroy the building over there, or I suppose to say the roof of the building, just so I can have tiny touch better angles, right? And in the same time, if we are going to have someone trying to make pressure this way, which by the way is very, very possible, we are going to have the blast and we are going to have the best time ever. Bad aim by me, not much what I can change about that, that's okay. We are paying as much attention as we physically and possibly can here. Beautiful. We slapped Pantera, this is what we want. We know that enemies has plenty of the triangles sitting here in the back, right? We are aware of that, we know this, we are okay with that. All we need to do, we need to wait until they will get spotted. As you can see, our Baza is thinking that he is the best mother trucker on the field and he is making a hardcore pressure this way. And he is not wrong, he is playing with extremely, extremely strong tank, but I don't really think that strong, right? Never mind, I take my words back. I don't really think that was targeted towards me, but he is not wrong though. What is the proper play in this type of situation? What is the proper play? Baza is dead. I do not want to take this position over there because I think the risk is way too high and the reward isn't so great because you can get countered here from the guy sniping in the base. So this is just simply not really worth it, and it sounds just simply way too risky to be playing this position, let's say like that. It sounds way too risky. Instead of playing somewhere around this area and hoping that enemies would make pressure like this, I would rather sit here and wait until this IS-3 would mess up, right? This game doesn't look the finest, this game doesn't look the best. There is a lot of stuff for us to fix in this game in order to feel good about ourselves. But you know what? We have all time in the world of tanks. We are not rushing, we are okay. And yet still we are losing this game by 2,000 hit points, or by 2,500 hit points, right? So all we need for a full happiness is to wait. I cannot be too aggressive in the heavy line myself, because then I would kind of need to do trades. I hit someone once, he hit me once, then I hit him twice. I do not really want to... I don't really want to make this type of stupidity or this type of mistake, and this is what we want. You see, this gentleman made a mistake, humongous mistake. This is exactly what we are looking for, and this is exactly what we need. He is dead. Excellent. Very nice. Now, since this gentleman is eliminated from the game, I will try to get involved against the Pantera. Pantera should be the guy who would take one for the team in a moment, right? And after that we can start eliminating Škoda and whatnot. Beautiful side shot to the Škoda. Luckily for us he cannot see us, and now we are just simply farming. Very good. Absolutely glorious. Now, definitely not what I want to see, but that's what we have. Now, I was about to go towards the... Ooh, Tiger 2. Yes, please. Excellent. Now we are going to spot the Tiger 2 and we are going to be able to punish him for his stupidity. I can proxy spot him here, and whenever I see him shooting, I know that more likely he's alone in the situation, right? Ooh, there is IS-3 sitting right there. I see him. I see him. That is completely fine, and this is alright. And Tiger 2 is considering to make a hardcore pressure for us as well, I guess. I think we got this. I just simply need to be very patient in this situation here, fellas. Patience is what we need, and patience what we are looking for. I want this Tiger 2 to get pissed off and to go on us, right? And it doesn't look like he is considering this, but we'll see. Okay, Mr. IS-3, that's good. That is very, very good. Whenever he shoots, I drop down. Beautiful. And now we will take one for the team from him. I hope that Tiger won't find a shot on us. That was a mistake. Excellent. And now we are going for a Mr. Tiger. What this tank has bloody crazy DPM, right? And if it happened to be that you can use that DPM, this is absolutely glorious. Reported you effing bot. Oh. Thanks, mate. Thanks, mate. That's absolutely... This is a definition of the kindness in the game, fellas. This is a definition of the kindness. Fellas, have you ever heard saying there is no... It's okay, I should have expected that. Have you ever heard saying for a bad dancer even his balls are disturbing him? This is the situation. That's okay. I should have expected Kari to sit here. That's why I was considering my life choices. Do I want to pick here or not? But that's okay. No complaints. Let's see the score. Beautiful, fellas. We are back with victory. The last game was the weakest, but it happens. 2.4 thousand damage, 200 assisting damage. Yeah, could be definitely better. Either way, we finished second by experience, we finished the third by the damage, and I feel pretty good with my performance here, even though it wasn't ideal. Plus, on top of that, 61,000 profits made. Meanwhile, session stats, 3,000 average damage, 100% win ratio. That was a good game or a good session with a Shrek, and hopefully it will help for you to improve to play with this tank, or maybe even to pick up the tank for yourself if this is what you are looking for. It is not a bad tank, fellas, although difficult to play with.